Hello and welcome to the Super 6 racing programme.
Today we're going to be taking in the inaugural Super 6 race day from the Hollywoodbets Greyville track in beautiful Durban, South Africa.
This innovative concept aims to change the landscape of global racing and is sure to attract new fans from across the world.
This is Super 6 racing. The Thoroughbred. Ultimate racing machine. Bred over centuries to gallop. Agile intelligence, inspired by instinct, calibrated to achieve. These elite athletes, formed by nature, refined by breeding and shaped by training, have evolved over hundreds of years to become what we see before us today, the magnificent stars of modern-day racing. So what is Super 6 racing?
Well, Ali, the clue is in your question. There are 6 races through the day. There are 6 teams. Each team fields 2 horses in each race.
And just like Formula 1, points are awarded on finishing position right down to 12th place. The team with the most points at the end of the 6 races declared the winners.
It's as simple as that. And this is not about the wager, it's about the winning team and your support for the winning team. This is the joy of 6.
An exciting element of the series is the global game where you can get involved.
You can just pick your own team. All you have to do is select 2 horses in each race. You've got a total of 12 and suddenly you're the team captain.
We've each selected our own teams and will play a Super 6 presenters global game.
And you can then pit yourselves against family members, friends or colleagues wherever you are in the world.
So you're fully up to speed. Let's head to the track now and pick up the action with your commentator, Richard HOILES.
Thank you, Ali and Nick, and hello and welcome to a beautiful day here at Hollywoodbets Racecourse in Greyville, Durban, South Africa for the inaugural Super 6 meeting. But just before we turn our attention to the track, Ali and Nick, can I say how much I'm looking forward to going up against you head-to-head in the presenters global game? And I'm interested, how did you both make your selections?
Well, Richard, as much as I'd like to say I was spontaneous and went with my natural instinct, I'm really a form man. I look for form horses, jockeys, trainers, then consider the ground distance and grade and hope it all comes together on the day. Simple. Ali, your secret to selection success?
Well, like you, Nick, I think form is key, but I also really focus on jockey bookings. I'm probably drawn to a familiar name when making my selections. Fingers crossed, though, it would be a sweet victory over you two in our global game.
Always the competitor. I shall, as always, stick to my trusty commentator's notes as my font of knowledge. It's all in the research for me. Thanks to both Ali and Nick, and we'll check back with the presenters' global game a little later on. Now, let's introduce the fantastic teams that will feature in today's Super 6 racing. First up, the heroic autoimmune warriors, whose jockeys wear mauve silks with the purple stars and a purple ribbon motif on the reverse with a mauve or purple cap. For the DRAKENSTEIN stud, jockeys are in pale blue with a white box on the body and a pale blue or white cap. PPE experts Dromex have yellow silks with the Dromex logo on the reverse and a yellow or black cap. Current South African Breeders' Champions, the Klavervlees stud, has jockeys in white silks with emerald green epaulets and a white cap with emerald green spots or an emerald green cap with white spots. Prolific stud Summerhill Equine boasts silks with red and navy blue horizontal halves with a white chevron, red, white and navy blue hooped sleeves and a navy blue or grey cap. And based at the beautiful Summerveld, Team G Racing features jockeys in red silks with 3 yellow circles and either a red or lime green cap. The 6 teams for today's Super 6 racing. The very first Super 6 race is the Autoimmune Warriors Handicap, a race for fillies and mares over Greyville's main turf track, 6 furlongs, 1,200 metres. Here's the lineup and the teams they represent. 1 is Tango Time for Summerhill Equine, and 2, the favourite, Colour of Light for Claverflay. 3 is Haria for Team G Racing, and 4 Astute Vision, the first of the DRAKENSTEIN runners. Number 5, Matadora's Parade, is a scratching, so 8 points for Autoimmune Warriors. Number 6 is Hey Delilah for Dromex, and 7, Hamster Grove, the sole remaining Autoimmune Warriors runner. Number 8 is Royal View for Claverflay, and 9, Solar Flare for Dromex. 10 is a scratching, 11, Ginger Biscuit Summerhill Equine, 12, Storyland for Team G Racing, and 13, the promoted reserve Black Ferrari, who now runs for DRAKENSTEIN. 11 runners for the Autoimmune Warriors handicap over 1,200 metres. 1,200 metres, starters happy, he lets them go for the inaugural Super 6 contest, and they get away to a pretty good line. Racing then through the first 100 metres or so, and it's Solar Flare who takes up the early running for Dromex in the yellow jacket with the black cap, being chased by Colour of Light for Claverflay, who's in second place, with Black Ferrari the best placed of the DRAKENSTEIN pair, now moving through into second. The other runner, Astute Vision, well placed in fourth. Big White Face belongs to Storyland for Team G Racing, who races on the outside in 5th or 6th place, with Tango Time on the rails for Summerhill Equine. Haria trapped back on the rails for Team G Racing, racing on the inside of Autoimmune Warriors' sole remaining runner, Hamster Grove, and as they straighten, Ginger Biscuit well back for Summerhill Equine, and the other yellow colours of Hey Delilah at Dromex is also towards the rear of the field, so making their way up the home straight, well past halfway. Solar Flare has made every single yard for Dromex and still holds sway. Black Ferrari for DRAKENSTEIN over towards the far side, Colour of Light in third for Claverflay. The Team G Equine pair, Storyland and Haria, are both in the points in 4th and 5th at the moment, with 150 metres to travel. It's Solar Flare for Jabu Jacobs, who's made every single yard of the running for Dromex and continuing to hold them all off. It's Dromex with first blood as Solar Flare makes all to win the opener. Haria was in second place for Team G Racing, Colour of Light and Claverflay with some useful points in third. Hamster Grove ran home fourth for Autoimmune Warriors, and in 5th place was Storyland, another for Team G Racing. So the points after race 1, the Autoimmune Warriors handicap Dromex, by virtue of their victory, have 30 points. Their other runner finishing back in the field in 8th. Team G's runners both scored well. They're in second on 28. Claverflay in third with 23. Autoimmune Warriors at 20. Summerhill Equine on 9. And DRAKENSTEIN, the early back markers, 6 points, but still a long way to go. Now let's hear from the trainer of our winner.
She showed very good form in her first couple of starts and then sort of went off the boil. She's a very hot filly and she's difficult to work, but we've tried numerous permutations of gear approaches to her, and I must say Jabu's done a fantastic job in her preparation. She's very difficult to ride on the track, and he showed a lot of patience with her, and I think it all paid off today.
We stay at 1,200 metres for the second race, the DRAKENSTEIN Stud Handicap, run on the turf course again, headed by number 1 Swagger Jagger for DRAKENSTEIN, 2 is Brunhilde for Claverflay, and 3 the second DRAKENSTEIN runner, Chief Officer. 4 Hail Columbia is next, so good draw for Team G. Number 5 is Tremoso for Summerhill. 6 is Kingston Rock, the second of the Claverflay runners, and 7 Fred for the current leaders Dromex. 8 is Chatterton's Keeper for Summerhill Equine, and 9 Canadian Bolt, the first of the 2 Autoimmune Warriors runners. Number 10 is Tarzan for Team G, and 11 Into the Future for Dromex, and 12 Purple Persuasion rounds off a full field, again for the Warriors. Good long hold, and they're off. And from the stalls, Canadian Bolt for the Warriors crosses behind the field in the purple cap in the early stages, checking his mirrors. Kingston Rock's rider crosses over for Claverflay in the green cap, and the white cap Brunhilde is also quite well placed in the early stages, also for Claverflay. Out wider, Fred for Dromex in the yellow colours, then the DRAKENSTEIN pair, blue cap of Chief Officer and the white cap of Swagger Jagger in the headgear. All red for Hail Columbia, travels in 6th place with Chatterton's Keeper racing in 7th. That's for Summerhill Equine. The next pair are both the Warriors runners, Purple Persuasion on the outside of Canadian Bolt, and still towards the back of the field we have Into the Future for Dromex, and also well back at this stage is Tarzan for Team G. So on straightening, Kingston Rock's made every yard so far for Claverflay. They fan out with Brunhilde, also for Claverflay, who going well. Swagger Jagger pulls to the inside, the white cap there for DRAKENSTEIN, whose other runners right in the mix as well, and that's Chief Officer. No move from Hail Columbia, Fred down the outside. It had busy finish. Into the Future is running on from a long way back for Dromex. Out in front, Swagger Jagger has the advantage. Hanging on grimly for DRAKENSTEIN, and it's DRAKENSTEIN's own race will be won in their colours. Swagger Jagger won it. Close, Kingston Rock, maybe just second for Claverflay, and Into the Future, late ground for Dromex for a share of the points. Tromso was also there for Summerhill Equine, and Canadian Bolt involved as well in a busy finish for the placings. So the scores for the Super 6 after race number 2, it's very tight at the top. DRAKENSTEIN did best, but they were last before this race. Their total moves up to 36, but it's a tie up front for Dromex and also for Claverflay, who for the second race in a row scored well. They're both on 47. 41 for Team G. DRAKENSTEIN improved from 6th to 4th with 36. 30 for the Warriors and 24 for Summerhill Equine. Let's catch up with the thoughts of the race's winning jockey.
I managed to spring out well. Last time he took a bit of a hold and the pace made him unsettled. And once I felt I was in rhythm, I hadn't done anything just apart from get him into a relaxed position. I always felt like he could fire away, and I waited for him in the straights. He quickly found his feet down on the inside. When I started putting a lot of pressure on him, he looked to get out a little bit, trying to hang out a bit, but he always felt in control.
Step Owen trip to 1600 metres for the Dromex handicap for fillies and mares. Quite a few scratchings here, including number 1, number 2 Miss Rosa Parks for the Warriors, and 3 Sacred Blues for Team G. 4 Hey Jude for Summerhill, 5 and 6 are scratched. The Dromex pair are 7 Hot Money and 8 Fire Fairy. The Warriors' second runner is Count de Bucks, number 9 and 10 In Jest for Team G. 11 Mrs Hotline for Carverflay, 12 Martina for Summerhill. 13 is one of the promoted reserves for DRAKENSTEIN in the Blue Cap Irish Pearl, 14 non-runner, and 15 Shakes Storm for Claverflay in the Green Cap. The one that is short is DRAKENSTEIN, who only have the one runner, so they have 8 points credited to their account for the absence of one of their representatives. All set at the 1 mile start, and the 11 runners leave the starting gates. Jumping well, Miss Rosa Parks for the Warriors in the noseband and the purple cap, and on the outside Claverflay's runner, that's Shakes Storm, green with the white spots in the headgear. Coupled a little bit wider out, Hot Money for Dromex is moving forward with the white face and is going to cross over and lead. So she takes the advantage. Moving through into second is Mrs Hotline, as Claverflay have horses in second and fourth, and also well placed the Warriors pair, Miss Rosa Parks in third place, and Count de Bucks, who's racing a little wide as they approach the bend in the noseband, also in that pink jacket. DRAKENSTEIN's sole runner at this stage is back in the field, Irish Pearl, racing in 6th on the inside of the first of the Summerhill runners, Hey Jude in the dark cap, their other runner being the back marker. At this stage, the 2 Team G runners are back in the field, Sacred Blues with the red cap and also the green cap of In Jest, and the other Dromex runner, Fire Fairy in the black cap, also towards the tail. So Dromex with one at the front and one at the back. The one at the front is Hot Money, with Count de Bucks up on the outside, making progress but had a pretty tough trip. Racing in third place just behind these, and pushed along now is Mrs Hotline towards the inside. Moves Miss Rosa Parks, trying to make some progress. Also running on is Sacred Blues as they make their way up the home straight for Team G. Red colours over on the far side, and Irish Pearl in the pale blue for DRAKENSTEIN. Up on the inside, Sacred Blues is making good progress here. Has swept by on the inside, takes it up for Kyle Strider and Team G, and begins to clear away. Sacred Blues extending the advantage. Irish Pearl for DRAKENSTEIN in second, tight for third between Fire Fairy, who just gets that ahead of Miss Rosa Parks in fourth place. That's for the Warriors, and Shake Storm for Claverflay means several of the teams get decent points. So the standings at the halfway stage of the Super 6 sees in first place Team G, 31 points in race 3, carries them to 72 points and a 2-point lead over the consistent Dromex, who again took good points. They're on 70. The improvers have been DRAKENSTEIN, who are through into third now on 62. 59 points for Claverflay, who are also making ground. The Warriors, not a great race for them on 47, and a pretty dismal showing, unfortunately, in race 3 for Summerhill, who only got 7 points. So Summerville Equine are now the trailers on 31. A chance to take the thoughts now of our delighted winning trainer.
Yeah, you know, she hadn't run for a long time and it was a very good run. She just weakened the last part. And Terry, who bred, who was a partner, and still said to me, what a good run, and I said it was. But in the back of my mind thinking, long break, 6 months, second run, they often feel it. But if you see her in the parade ring, she's a tall, lanky filly. She doesn't carry any condition, yet she eats well. And she was working well, big striding filly. I do think she wants probably 2,000 metres, but the way she quickened up today, I was impressed, I must say. Carl rode a good race. He wanted to go forward a little bit on her, and I said, no, boy, don't change anything that you did last time. I think the same kind of race and she'll run on strongly, but she surprised me. She won a good race.
So at the halfway mark, let's check in with Ali and Nick and the presenters' Global Game leaderboard. There's been quite a change in proceedings. After holding a solid lead for the first two races, I've dropped right to the bottom. What on earth happened there with just 68 points? Ali's come from last to first with 80, and Nick stays in second with 73.
Bad luck, Rich, you peaked too early.
Yes, and actually I think my strongest selections are yet to come, so just stay where you are, Mr. Luck.
Will it go right to the wire? We'll find out. In the meantime, let's get back to the racing. Race number 4, passing the halfway stage of this Super 6 contest. The Team G Racing handicap staying at a mile, headed by number 1, that is Movie Magic for Summerhill. 2 is Dutch Alley for the Warriors, and 3 Euphoric for Dromex. 4 Tilly Angus for Claverflay, and 5 Master Toby, the second Dromex runner. 6 is a scratching. 7 Master of Destiny in the red colours of Team G. 8 another scratching. 9 Water Blast for Summerhill Equine. 10 is all the way up for Drakenstein, and 11 News Stream, the second in the red colours of Team G. With just 9 runners, it means 3 teams, the Warriors, Drakenstein and Claverflay, all get 8 points for absentees. A longish hold and preparing to set them on their way. Off and racing then for the Team G handicap, 1600 metres, and on the inside, driven up in the early stages, Movie Magic for Summerhill, and the pink jacket for the Warriors of Dutch Alley are the first 2 to show. Drakenstein's Soul Runner up on the outside in the blue, all the way up is moving forward. Tilly Angus, white and green in midfield, just being passed up on the outside by Master of Destiny, who makes ground for Team G. A Dromex pair are quite well back at this stage, Euphoric and Master Toby, yellow cap and black cap respectively in the yellow jacket. Then the red colours of News Stream with the red cap. And right at the back of the field is Water Blast. So the Summerhill runners bookending the field here, taken along by their horse in the grey cap, Movie Magic, who shows the way. From in second place, all the way up in the blue jacket. Third is disputed by the improving Master of Destiny, who's gone up on the outside of Dutch Alley for the Warriors. At this stage, Tilly Angus is in 5th place, white and green of Claverflay. The Dromex pair remain together, Euphoric and Master Toby. Despite being at the back, Water Blast still travels okay, but is a good 7 to 8 lengths off the lead of the other Summerhill runner, who turns in with 500 to travel. So out in front, Movie Magic being pressed now by Drakenstein's all the way up. Pink jacket for the Warriors, Dutch Alley towards the inside, Master of Destiny for Team G in the red colours, then Tilly Angus down the outside for Claverflay, who's staying on, as is Water Blast for Summerhill from the back of the field. A lot of chances. Pink jacket, Dutch Alley for the Warriors. Summerhill with both Water Blast and Movie Magic, but Tilly Angus right over the top for Claverflay will win a busy finish. Tilly Angus for Claverflay, valuable points for Summerhill, with Water Blast and Movie Magic the next one's home. Dutch Alley for the Warriors in 4th place, and News Stream for Team G comes home in 5th. After race 4, a great race for Claverflay, who moved through to the lead with 92 points off the back of 33 in that race, the winner and the scratching. 88 points for Team G, just 4 behind, and then 83 for Dromex, a rare bad race for them. 74 next for Drakenstein, their progress has been stemmed. 67 for the Warriors, and the best race by far so far for Summerhill Equine, move them to 64. And now trackside, let's take the views of the winning jockey.
I thought it was a good win. Cape Town, if you look, he's placed over 10 furlong in Cape Town. They go a totally different tempo there compared to here. So for him to get away with an 8 furlong, I thought it was a very good win. Obviously to Jono, Justin, Megan, thanks for the opportunities, and to the Fosters. And once again to Wayne, Billen and the boys, thank you.
Race number 5 was the Claverflay Stud Handicap. We move up in trip to 2,000 metres and back to the fillies and mares. A smallish field here, 1 Electric Surge for the Warriors, 2 Zagara for Summerhill, the only team doubly represented, 3 Arizona Sunset for Dromex, and 4 Scarlet Chill for Claverflay. 5 Wishful Girl Lynn, the second Summerhill runner. 6 was a scratching. 7 Red Owl for Team G, and 8 the other scratching, meant that Drakenstein had no runners, so 2 lots of 8 points for them and 1 lot of 8 points for Claverflay, Dromex, the Warriors and Team G. And they're off and racing for the Claverflay Stud Handicap. Fillies and mares, 2,400 metres. And early on, Scarlet Chill for Claverflay crosses behind the field in the white jacket as Dromex's sole runner, Arizona Sunset, in the yellow colours, cuts out the early pace. The Summerhill pair are pretty well placed. Wishful Girl Lynn quite keen in the blue cap nose roll on the outside, and then towards the inside the grey cap of Zagara, and they sit second and third in what appears to this point a pretty steadily run contest. Red Owl, the grey horse in the red jacket for Team G, is in fourth place, just ahead of Electric Surge for the Warriors in fifth, and held up at the back is Scarlet Chill for Claverflay, as Wishful Girl Lynn has pulled her way through under Jabu Jacobs to take the lead. So change up front, Wishful Girl Lynn striding on for Summerhill from Arizona Sunset and Dromex, and the other one that's on the move is Scarlet Chill, right round the outside for Claverflay. Unhappy with the steady pace, Lyle Hewitson in the white colours moves forward to sit in second place. Red Owl remains in fourth, that's the grey in the red colours. Zagara is the one that's been shuffled back for Summerhill, who now have horses in first and fifth, and still Electric Surge is held up towards the back of the field. So well past halfway now, making the steady turn towards the final 800 metres. And out in the lead, Wishful Girl Lynn has the advantage by a length from in second Scarlet Chill for Claverflay and Arizona Sun's Yellow Jacket for Dromex. In fourth place is Red Owl, racing on the outside of Zagara, and Electric Surge in the Warriors Pink is last of all. So straightening with 600 metres to travel, heading towards the cutaway, and this will be a sprint for the judge as Wishful Girl Lynn tries to lead it out. Dromex's runner's bustled up. Arizona Sunset left-hand side. White Jacket for Claverflay of Scarlet Chill. The extreme left Zagara, extreme right-hand side Electric Surge for the Warriors. Wishful Girl Lynn is still out in front for Summerhill. On the inside comes Claverflay, Scarlet Chill. Between runners is Red Owl, the grey, and down the outside Electric Surge for the Warriors with a big run. Claverflay, Scarlet Chill gets to the lead, but Electric Surge down the outside for the Warriors. Anton Marcus again, a welcome winner for the Warriors. Electric Surge ran down Scarlet Chill for Claverflay. In third, Zagara for Summerhill, then Team G's Red Owl. Wishful Girl Lynn ran at a puff, finished in fifth, the second Summerhill runner, and last of the six, Arizona Sunset for Dromex. So the points table with just one race to go sees in front Claverflay, 118 points, ahead of 108 Team G. 100 for the Warriors off the back of that victory, moves them past by a point Dromex, who are on 99. DRAKENSTEIN on 90, just ahead of Summerhill Equine on 89. Now let's hear from the trainer of our winner.
Anton rode her very conservative. I was confident she'd get the trip. Yes. She's only run over the trip once before, and decent horses beat her like that time, you know. And, unfortunately, she came into this race with a little bit of a niggle, but still got the job done. So congrats to her, and congrats to Neil and Graham Worth. They've just taken over the balance of the shares, so well done to them, and thanks to them for putting their hand in their pocket.
So the last of the Super 6 races, with the prize still very much in the balance, is the Summerhill Equine Handicap. It's run over 2,000 metres and a full field here. Number 1, Clouds of Witness for the Autoimmune Warriors. 2, Just Cruised In for Team G. 3 is a scratching. 4, Matterhorn for DRAKENSTEIN, and 5, Master Magic for Team G. 6, Favour for Dromex, and 7, White Lightning, the second of the Warriors runners. 8, Techno Captain, second for DRAKENSTEIN, and 9, Merlin from Berlin for Dromex. 10 is Jack of Hearts for Claverflay, and 11 and 12, Pollard and Twice Golden, both represent Summerhill. The promoted reserve is Rain Dance, running for Claverflay in the white cap with the green spots. And they're off. And from the stalls, Clouds of Witness has got rid of the rider. Dipped and the rider went out the front end. Billy Jacobson punches the turf, but Autoimmune Warriors are one down after a few yards as Rain Dance for Claverflay cuts out the early running. So it's Rain Dance who leads. From in second, Claverflay's other representative, Jack of Hearts. DRAKENSTEIN sit in third place at the moment with the white cap of Matterhorn and the blue jacket as they prepare to take the bend. DRAKENSTEIN's other runner not that far away as well, Techno Captain towards the outside, sits in fifth just behind Pollard for Summerhill Equine in the grey cap and the nose roll. Dromex's runner on the rails is Merlin from Berlin in the all yellow colours. A Favour comes next, racing on the outside of Just Cruised In for Team G in the green cap, and still towards the rear is Twice Golden for Summerhill, as out in front Rain Dance works down the side with a lead of 2 lengths. So Claverflay are controlling proceedings at the moment. On the front end, Rain Dance in the white cap, and in second place, Jack of Hearts 2 lengths away. DRAKENSTEIN have moved through into third and fourth, with Matterhorn and Techno Captain pulling the way up on the outside. Yellow colours of Merlin from Berlin are in fifth place alongside Pollard. Then behind these, Twice Golden right at the back for Summerhill Equine. The Team G pair, Red Cap of Master Magic, Red Jacket and Just Cruised In are still held up towards the back, and Favour in the yellow colours with the black cap for Dromex also towards the rear. So they begin the turn in, and now Jack of Hearts moves up to press Rain Dance. The Claverflay still hold first and second, but now Matterhorn comes out of the pack for DRAKENSTEIN. Pollard is now under strong pressure, darting back towards the inside. Master Magic in the red and green. They've got 200 metres to travel. Matterhorn out in front for DRAKENSTEIN. The crucial second place. Claverfly's Jack of Hearts and far side Master Magic. That could be crucial, with Just Cruised In working home into fourth. But at the line, it's Matterhorn who's going to prevail. Matterhorn for DRAKENSTEIN, second for Claverflay and Jack of Hearts, third and fourth for Team G. And so to the final tables, and dramatic success for Claverflay. 138 points, just holding off Team G by virtue of that second in the final race. Team G 3 points back, 135. DRAKENSTEIN with that victory take third on 118, with Dromex on 117. The Autoimmune Warriors 107 and Summerhill Equine on 98. A chance to take the thoughts of the winning rider.
Wasn't expected, if I can put it that way. We thought he's going to be in need of the run. I did galloping, he put up a half-decent gallop, but I thought, with that type of work, he can be competitive. And, we were just in the back of our minds, we knew he might need a run. Mr. Right time, give him a nice chance from that draw. And he broke so well, this horse had no option but to place him, and the speed was genuine up front. And when I was going to the 1400 minute mark, I had so much horse, I thought to myself, it's going to take a good one to pass him now, and with that type of fractions up front, and lucky it paid off, Big thanks to the owner for the opportunity, and to Mr. and Mrs. Wright, thank you so much.
And so to the all-important final standings in the Presenters Global Game. And it went right to the wire, Nick.
Well, I was leading going into the final race and have ended up last, bottom of the pile behind you two. Well done, Ali.
Thank you. Well, that was selection strategy and long game tactics at its best. I knew I'd beat you both, but by just 1 point, Richard.
So close. Well played, Ali. Pipped by a single point. And the sport itself, what a great day we've had to mark the inaugural Super 6 race day, with fantastic racing action. But that's all from us here at Hollywoodbets Greyville for now. So from me, it's goodbye, see you next time, and back to Ali and Nick.
Well, what a fantastic day of sport and showcase of racing. It really has demonstrated how successful the team series will be.
Well, Ali, I've loved the action this afternoon. I hope you have as well. Join us again next time on Super 6 Racing.